to leverage this in one unique single vision of the truth and not have multiple systems out there and then trying to fill this all together in some kind of Excel sheet. So another challenge is that really to connect with the customers across multiple channels. We heard a lot talk about Twitter. Well, that's another channel that is out there, or Facebook, those social network applications. You want to be able to see what drives customer decisions, where do they go, what leads and what engages them. Is it blog, social media, and how can you measure that? A viral video is another good example, things that are happening on YouTube. And this is also something that you want to be able to track. You know, if you launch a viral video, you want to see, does that video actually go viral? Does it have the potential to go around the world and in all kinds of blogs and websites and have that viral impact? How can you track that? You cannot go out there and go every day into YouTube, Daily Motions, and Veo, and all those video-related networks in order to track that. So that's a challenge for the marketers today. And to address that challenge, the marketer needs an open platform to integrate online analytics data with other business applications, like CRMs, emails, all the current business applications that you might have and that you're already using, or your data warehouses. And then another fundamental aspect that is a challenge out there for the marketeers is, well, where do they start? Where do they get global support? Where do they get trained? Where do they get educated on the best practices within their vertical, within their business, whether it's travel, whether it's integrated also with your agencies or other development. So if you look at free tools, those are the challenges that I just depicted. Now, free tools, how do they respond to those challenges? Free tools are really a closed solution. You cannot really integrate with free tools in terms of other business applications and integrate them. You cannot integrate Google free tools with Yahoo free tools, right? If you want to measure what's happening at Yahoo with the Google tools, you cannot. It's simply closed. It's not an independent solution which integrates with all those players who are out there. Right? They do not support this kind of integration. And you cannot optimize online business across all those traffic acquisitions, all those choices. You might have one optimization aspect that is out there, which might be search, but all the others you will lack to attribute this. On the other hand, paid tools or omni-tool solutions, they are built on an open business analytics platform, and they integrated in the case of search with all the major search networks. So we integrated with Google, with Yahoo, with Ask, with Eniro, with all the local search networks, and Ask, and you name it. And there's more and more integrations coming. Yandex in Russia, or Baidu in China Baidu is already integrated. So these are other, depending where your business is and what your needs are, you have to consider this. Also, the integration with over 200 market link solution providers is something that this open platform Omnitour offers, right? Which you don't have with the free solutions. Then one fundamental aspect, and that's probably the most scary one, while those are free, we all know there is no such thing as a free meal. There's always some catch. There's always, well, I'm going to subsidize this. Or there's a little asterisk, well, get this free if, and then this kind of stuff. Okay, if you get a free phone if you sign up for 3 years. Right, great. Okay, so in terms of measurement tools, there is no such thing as free, meaning that you don't pay with the monetary currency. They just swap the currency, and the currency is what? The currency is your data, which is great because there is no need for those people who then own your data to ask you for permission to dive into that data and to data mine this and to super crunch that, right? And they don't suffer any inflation as well, so that's probably a good in those critical times. Free solutions, they don't need your permission, as mentioned, to do anything with your data. They can just go in there and change algorithms and do whatever you like based on your data, because your data suggests to them, well, actually, it might be a good idea to do this and this. And then actually that could harm you, that could help the free solution provider to get you in a lower ranking in the search results, and resulting in you having to invest more into the free solution in order to get a better ranking. So these kinds of things. And also, how long will that be free? That can be changed overnight. There is no guarantee for these kinds of things. On the other hand, the paid solutions, obviously, the customer owns the data, and the data is optimized for your business needs, right? Your data that you provide to the free solution is optimized for their business needs, not for yours. Okay? On the other hand, it's free. Now, free, based on those things, free cannot really be the market-trusted advisor, at least not in an enterprise context. Can you really trust the free analytics solution when it's advising you to spend more on its paid search network? Google will never tell you spend more on Yahoo. Our tools will tell you where it's best to invest your money, because these are automated bid management tools which are open and which consider all the different options out there. What is actually best to do now? Go for this way, this way, this way. It's an independent analysis of your online business. And Free Solution, obviously, I mean, their core business is to drive more money with other ad networks. And quite often, when we look at the releases in terms of those solutions and products, what can you see in the latest release notes of those free products? Quite often it's, well, they integrate with other tools that they have as well. They would not integrate with the other hemisphere or with the other things who are out there in the internet, with other applications, especially not with their competition. Right? And that's very critical, and that's very important to highlight. So the paid tools are really offer you an independent view of your data and maximize your data. Now, we will have to look a bit more into details on those tools to pick out more some kind of examples what is really happening here. What I would like to quickly, before we go in this, would ask you, who is actually using web analytics? Who is running that on your websites? Okay, I only see 2 hands, 3 hands. Who is using a free web analytics solution? Okay, I see. Who is using a paid solution? Okay. And who is using no solution at all? Okay. Well, let's see if that corresponds to what I found. I went through the list of participants here at the EADP in Barcelona, and I looked at all your websites, and I just looked what kind of solution you're using. So maybe that reflects what we just heard. It's actually 51% of the list that you all received are using free solutions, and 16 are using paid, and 33 are using non-solutions. Right? So that's the picture that we see on those people who are here or who are registered. Now, before we go more into those details, one of the key questions that I get all again, well, why should I go for paid, it's free there. But that's not really the question. It's not necessarily about paid or free. It's really, your question should be a different one. How frequent do you use your solution? What do you really want to achieve? What is your aim? What is your goal? It's not just, okay, this is free and this is paid. You really have to have a clear